the way that we currently do nightclubs, they're just dens of iniquity, right? Christians don't have any reason to be in a nightclub except to evangelize, right? Though it is possible for a group of Christians to go to a nightclub and not participate in the sin around them. Well, yeah, I mean, it is hard not to, and too many Christians fall because they fall into that culture. But what you're telling me there is that what you're desiring is fellowship. What you're desiring is communion with friends. So what you need to do to tackle that sin is to have fun with your friends in godly ways. So why not get your friends to go rock climbing with you? Why not get your friends to go hiking with you? Why not get your friends to have a picnic with you? Why not get your friends to go to a ceilidh dance with you?
What's that?
A ceilidh dance is a traditional Christian kind of dance, right, where like it's very dignified. It's kind of like a barn dance. Yeah,
right, okay.
It's all done in public. It's all done in daylight. It's not associated with sexualization. It's not associated with grotesque music. It's not associated with alcohol abuse. It's great fun. It's great exercise. You do dance and you get to talk to people, but in a setting that doesn't encourage sin, right? So what you're telling me is that you want to find ways to have fellowship with your friends, but
without sin,
yeah, but they're pulling you into sinful ways. Are your friends Christian?
Majority of them are not. No.
Right. So my first advice to you is try to get your friends to come to more Christian activities and enjoy Christian activities with you. Might go to the gym together. Might go to a coffee shop together, right? Yeah. You can go to a pub together, so long as the point of going to the pub is just to have a social drink and not get drunk, right? But if you find that they're dragging you into sin and you can't pull them the other way, then what you need to do is you need to apply Jesus' teaching, the apostles' teaching, which is not to be unevenly yoked with the unbeliever. To be unevenly yoked to the unbeliever means that you are being pulled into sin by them, which means that you might need to cut off these friends and find new friends, right? And that's something you need to be willing to do, because what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world, but if by doing so he loses his own soul? It is better for you to cut off your friends than it is to lose your salvation. So either you are adamant to pull your friends into the good, or you cut them off and you go in and you start building Christian friendships.
Good point.
Yeah? Any other questions, bro?
That's it, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Brilliant. How long you been a Christian?
I mean, I'd say I was lukewarm. I mean, I was baptised young, but I don't know. I didn't really sort of start believing until last year. But I'm sort of trying to build that faith up through coming here, through watching YouTube videos, through going to church, etc. Trying to find fellow Christian people who sort of listen to and get advice from them.
Right. So, brother, I would say to you that here is not the place to build up your faith.
No.
This is not a discipleship place. This is a spiritual battleground where people are coming to battle for souls. And lots of Christians lose their soul here because they're ill-equipped to be here. There are Christians that come here and they aren't helping the church at all. They're just causing trouble, right? Every kind of heresy, error, and false teaching can be found in this place, right? This is not a safe place for a young Christian, right? You need to find good Christian teachers and learn from them, right? And so what I'd like to do is to invite you. I run a discipleship group on a Monday evening, 7:30 until 9 o'clock on Zoom, and on Tuesdays, 9 o'clock until 10:30 on Zoom. Come and join that group and learn about Christianity in a safe environment, right? And whatever you do in this place, always be guarding your heart. Always be protecting your heart, because this is a place where charlatans, liars, and the workers of the devil are well at play here. And the servants of the kingdom of God are well at play here. But if you're a young, new Christian, you're probably more in danger than you are useful, right? So it might not be wise for you to be here.
It's my first time here today, so I'm sort of gauging it a little bit.
Yeah.
So far, there's been a lot of bad stuff going on. I can tell probably shouldn't be happening.
Yeah. My advice to you is if is if the enemies of the church approach you, just don't say you don't want to engage them.
Yeah.
And certainly don't let them film you, because the Dawagandists are looking for people like you. They won't debate people like me. They won't debate the knowledgeable Christians in the park. They come here looking for you, and the moment they find you, they turn you into cannon fodder. They turn you into film fodder, right? And this is my warning to all Christians coming to this park, is don't let the Dawagandists use you, right? Right, so stay away from them. Good. And don't let them use you for filming material, and just come and speak to the Christians. Yeah? But remember, not everyone in this park who's calling themselves a Christian is a Christian. There's a lot of non-Christians in this park, heretics, who are... Yeah, these are, for instance, you've got Arians here who deny Jesus' divinity. You've even had Ebionites here. You've got Gnostics here, right? You've got the servants of the devil here, sectarian Christians who want to divide and rip up the church and turn Christian against Christian, and they just go around trying to stir up trouble between brothers. This is not a safe spiritual place. Yeah? All right. Get in touch if you want to. Peace be with you. God bless you, brother. Any other questions or comments, guys, before I go on?
Okay, just like you were talking to him, I don't know if you remembered some few weeks ago.
Can I give you that, bro?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And could I get another bottle of water, please?
You were there, and I wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah, go on,
But
sister.
After some time, I had to leave.
Yeah.
We were quite busy discussing with some other guy.
Yeah.
Just what you told him, because I usually come here once in a while. I'm a born again Christian.
Yeah.
For a while
Thanks be
now,
to
for
God.
a long time.
Thanks
now.
be to God.
The first time I came here, I wanted to share flyers, and these two guys approached me.
Yeah.
You know, with these ridiculous questions and all that. And
Yeah.
I knew they wanted to go into an argument with me.
Yeah.
And I told them, look, I'm here to share flyers.
Yeah.
I'm not here to argue with you.
Yeah.
They kept on and on. I said, look, there is Bob over there. You know, I was just directing them to people like you.
Yeah,
Then
that's
I
the
did-
right thing to do.
Yeah.
Well done.
Then I wanted to talk to you. I was waiting to ask you a question.
Yeah.
I came that very day, and I met these two black guys. According to them, they are satanics and all that.
Yeah.
So we got talking and all that, and one of them asked a question which was quite a very genuine question.
Yeah.
That even I, as a Christian, you know, I didn't know how to answer him and all
So
that.
what was the
That
question?
I forgot. He said, if God was all-knowing,
Yes.
you know, why did he know that there will be evil in the world?
Yes.
And he still went ahead
Yes.
to create humanity.
Great.
You know,
Great question.
Knowing that, you know, a lot of evil is going to happen, a lot of people are going to go to hell.
Yeah.
You know, that, you know, why did he do it? That
It's a great
he must
question.
be a wicked God,
Yep.
knowing that people we end up in hell.
Yeah.
And he still, you know, created.
So what I would have said to that, was he a Satanist?
Yeah, he's Satanist. Yeah, he said. In fact, he said he was comfortable
Okay.
with the devil.
So let me
you know,
so I'll give you a reply.
that he'd rather go to hell.
Okay, so let me give you a reply.
Yeah.
So I hope what I would have said to this guy is, well, does that means then that you're not going to have children? And the reason why you're not going to have children is because you know that your children are going to suffer. You know that your children are going to experience wickedness.
Yeah.
You know that there's a chance your child might die. Now, if he says that he's going to have children anyway,
Yeah.
right, then he's answered his own question. Because the reason why he wants to have children is an expression of his deep love. A love of the child he hasn't even yet had.
Yeah.
And the knowledge of the fulfillment that love will give him.
Yeah.
Right? So he will want to have children, yeah? And he does it out of the love for the children that he hasn't even yet got.
Yeah.
And in an analogous way, but not in an exact same way, because God doesn't need to be fulfilled by creation of man. But out of the abundance of God's love, he creates human beings. But he creates them because he wants them to lovingly know him and lovingly enjoy him.
Yeah. I think. Yeah.
But the condition
Exactly.
of them being able to love him is that they must be free. And
Yeah,
the
I think
condition,
I did answer that. Free will,
then you've got it, sister.
Free will and choice,
Yeah,
you
exactly,
know?
you've got
Yeah.
it. So, but the condition
Yeah.
of free will is that evil must be there, because knowing God and loving God leads to moral growth. But moral growth must come from a world in which
Yeah.
suffering is possible.
Yeah.
And finally, why does God allow suffering? The suffering, all the sufferings that we see in the world and have ever seen in history, God knows the future of every possible world and of every possible choice, and how every possible choice affects every other possible choice, and how every other possible choice affects every other possible choice in every possible combination.
Yeah.
The world that exists is the world that God allows, because God allows this world to exist knowing that this is the world in which most people choose to lovingly follow Him. Does that make sense?
You know, yeah, I did try a bit answering them as well, you know,
Yeah.
because my argument to them was that God didn't intend evil, that
Yeah.
it was Adam and Eve
Yeah.
that started that, evil.
Yes.
So at that moment,
Yes.
they now had a free will of choosing, and
Yes.
human beings now had a free will to choose and
Yeah.
make choices and all that, you know. So I answered them in that angle, but they keep saying that if God knew that people were going to go to hell, then why did He allow it? That if He knew that Adam was going to fall, then why did He create Adam in the first place?
Yeah.
Then one of them now said that he's upset
Yeah.
that God even created him.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, that you can go and die, you know, and
Yeah.
I choose to die. You don't have to leave.
Yeah.
You know, he said no, that he's angry at God for creating
Yeah.
him, that He has brought him in a world without asking his permission.
Yeah.
You know, they were just fighting. You know, for me, I tried to answer, but they were just coming. I know it's the spirit of satanic spirit that was
Yeah.
behind that argument. Because at some point, even my mind was like, you know, I began to be doubtful, but praise God, because I'm born again, you know. And that was why I was like happy when you told this guy. You
Yeah.
know, because sometimes if you're not, you know, strong in your belief and in God,
Yeah.
these people can sway your
You
mind
did-
and begin to put down.
Sister, you did exactly the right thing
Yeah.
by not being held victim or being held on a guilt trip by his personal feelings. His personal feelings don't decide what's true. He might be angry at God for His own creation, but that doesn't invalidate your answer. And the reality is, you're right to hold the position that God doesn't intend evil, but He does intend a freely loving relationship. And therefore, that requires the freedom to walk away from God, which is evil because it is the deficiency of the good of God. Right? So it seems to me like you answered it well, and you answered it very well. So congratulations. I hope. God bless you. All right.